Hey, welcome to this next video in the Visual Studio Code extension series. In this video, we're just going to have a quick look at managing of permissions. So both permissions around creating creator permissions of ShareDo types, as well as participant permissions. So quite often in ShareDo, we can have quite a deep hierarchical structure. Permissions aren't just automatically copied across. And sometimes you might need to add permissions at a certain level, but have that propagate all the way down. And today, in ShareDo, you'd have to go into each derived type and copy the permissions down, and then go to the next one and copy them down, sort of do that for all the different items. Now, in the Visual Studio Code extension, we've got a little tool to help you be able to propagate and push permissions up and down the stack. So we're going to have a look at that now quickly. All right. So let's set the scene a little bit with a bit of an environment, a bit of a scenario. So what I'm going to do is go into the work types over here. We're going to go down into tasks, and we're going to do this on key dates. So under tasks and under the derived types of tasks, we've got some key dates. Under key dates, we've got derived types, and we've got standard key dates. Now let's just go in and have a look at what that looks like from here. So let's just close these off. Right. So if I right click on that and open the work type, all right, so we open it inside of ShareDo. And now the Visual Studio Code extension is not here to replace any of the sort of things that you do inside of the web designer. We still want that to be the primary place. That's just a place where we can put little enhancements. So if you go into the participant roles, what you'll see inside of here under key dates, we've got some roles, right? We've got this mediator role, and it's got a couple of permissions on it. And inside of here, we've got some creator permissions, including Wendy. All right, so we've got Wendy over here, and we've got this mediator, and he's got these 4 permissions over here. All right, so now if we go back up to our general settings here, now standard key dates, I've got all these types that inherit from it. Right, now I want all of these to maybe, we don't want Wendy anymore. We want to get rid of Wendy, and we don't want Wendy anywhere underneath here under any of these types. All right. We've also got that mediator role, and want to make sure the permissions are the same. Right. So if I just go to under one of these, let's say the standard key dates capture one. All right. Let's go have a look. Okay. So key dates, standard key dates, and now we're at this level, and we can see that this level's actually got a whole bunch of children inside there as well. So it's there's loads of key dates inside of here. If we go now look at the participant roles, what we can see here is that we have Wendy, don't want Wendy. And if we look at the mediator role, we can see over here, it's only got the attachment. So if I click copy from parent, I can, because I'm at standard key date, I'll copy it from the key dates one. But like I mentioned, we'd have to do that like everywhere. All right, so we want to do something different from, we want to be able to speed that up a little bit. All right, and if I go to general settings over here, we can go even deeper. So let's go under key dates capture. Let's go to this bottom one over here, order request date, and open that up. All right, so we're loads of level deep here. All right. And at this level, if you look at the participant roles, again, we've got Wendy, we want to get rid of her, and we've got this mediator role which doesn't have all the right permissions. Okay. Let's go into Visual Studio Code extension. All right. Okay. So we're sitting at standard key dates. And we can see our create permissions. We got Wendy, and our participant roles. We can see we got our mediator with that one permission. Actually, let's give that a refresh. So where are we? Standard key dates. Let's just go and double check on that. I thought we had more. So when you're refreshing, you just got to let it finish refreshing. There we go. All right, now I've got the four permissions in there. All right, so standard key dates, participant role, mediator has 4. All right, so let's first get rid of Wendy. So I'm going to go under standard key dates over here, go to the derived types, go and open up key dates standard capture. Under key dates standard capture, I'm going to go to the derived type here and open up the order requested date. Okay, so we're just mimicking what we saw inside of ShareDo. And inside of here, if I look at the create permissions, here we've got Wendy, And here we've got this mediator now with only that one permission, that attachments add permission. Okay, and I'm going to fix that. All right, so let's go down to all the way back down to our. Let's minimize these guys over here just for now. So go minimize all the derived types here. So we're looking at this level over here. So first, Wendy we want to get rid of. Okay, so let's open that up so we can see it happen. We're going to go to Wendy over here. All right. And on Wendy, I'm just going to right click here. I'm going to say remove from this work type, grant to all the others if you want to push Wendy down, or remove Wendy from all. So I'm just going to run that one. Okay, permission removed. We give this just a chance. You can see it refreshing at the top here. Here we go. So that's now gone. But if we go to look down now at key, or any of these, in fact. So if we're just going to SLA completed, we should see under our create permissions, and we can see there's no Wendy in here now, right? If we go look at our standard date key, standard capture, remember Wendy was at that level as well. And we look at the create permissions here, Wendy's gone there as well. And again, if we go and look at the order requested key date, right down at the bottom, and I'll open this in ShareDo at the same time. Let's go and have a look. So remember, we're all the way down that deep level over here, participant roles, and Wendy should be gone. There we go. So no more Wendy inside of here. But we still have this mediator that's got only that one permission. So let's go fix that up as well. So let's go back over here. Let's go down. Just minimize all these guys here. Let's go and what we want. Standard key dates. Let's minimize these derived types. So here we removed Wendy. That was good. So let's go now to participant roles. So this mediator's got 4. So let's go right click on that and say copy these permissions to all those derived types. So I'm just going to go and run that. Okay, and let's have a look. So we go to derived types here, and we have a look at any of these. So let's go back to the furthest one down, look at the participant roles here. Let's give that a refresh. There we go. So now we can see all those 4 are copied down. So let's go back into here. So remember, we only had the one here. If we give this a refresh now, there we go. We can see all those 4 have been copied down. All right. And I guess the last scenario to really run is to go and say, well, let's go down to standard key dates, and let's say we want to add a create permission. So you'll see we still encourage you using the model over here to do those sort of things, but then you can go and use the tooling to go and speed up your workflow and speed up some of the operations that you need to do. So again here, let's go and add a new, let's create a grant permission, and let's grant access to I don't know, have I got a mic in the system? So let's go on permission to this client feedback team. All right. So client feedback team wasn't on here before. So if we have a look, client feedback team is now on here, but obviously, that's at standard key date. And if we go down and have a look at, the derived types. So let's go deep again. Let's go to standard key date capture. And this time, let's just go to the first one, audit partner. And if we have a look at the participant roles, what we can see is that new one that we just added, it's not here. All right. So just in the same way, we're going to go back here. Let's give this a refresh. So we pick up our new ones. Let's close the standard key dates over here. And we should see under our create permissions that we should have that new create role, which was, which one was it? Client feedback team. All right, so in the same way, we're just going to go here, grant permission to all those derived types, and click on that. So just now, the scenario we did was we removed Wendy from everything. Now what we're doing is we're showing how we go into the standard designer, we go and add that role, and then we can come in here and then just, push that down to all the others that are going to use that. And then like quite quickly, we've updated literally a couple hundred key dates that we have now got in the system. So let's just go and look at one of the children of that. Let's go to hearing date. And under hearing date, if you look at the create permissions, there we've got client feedback team. Now, what's also quite interesting is, let's say we wanted it all of those except for anything underneath standard key date capture. So all of these have now got that role, including key date center capture and all of its children. But let's say it's just at that level, we don't want that role to have those permissions. Obviously, I can come back over here and I could go to the create permissions, go to this one over here, remove it for all those derived types, and bam, now all of these children do no longer have that feedback team. But anything above key date standard capture, so if we go and look at for mention date, we should see that client feedback team inside there. All right, so just a little demonstration of using the Visual Studio Code add-in just to go and prognate some permissions down, whether it is participant role permissions that you've added and push those down, or create permissions that you either want to remove somebody from, or be able to, add and then push them down as well. So that concludes this video of using the Visual Studio Code add-in to be able to go in and speed up some of your workflow around managing of your different work types and managing the permissions down each of those.